Hello everyone, this is Donna Davis of Donna Davis Presents. I promised earlier today that I would be doing 7 days of live discussing 7 things that can affect our self-confidence. You know, we talk about self-confidence a lot, and it's how we view ourselves and it's how we view our achievements. But I think we really need to focus on the things that affect it, because our self-confidence can't grow, can't get better unless we address the things that are trying to hinder it. So today I'm going to briefly talk about the first thing that can affect our self-confidence, and that is rejection. Rejection is huge to our self-confidence. It is very huge. Some of us have gotten rejected as children by our parents, which is a very terrible situation. But even growing up and being compared to our siblings, of what they can do compared to what we can do, it messes with our self-confidence, that we grow up and we feel like we don't measure up, we're not good enough, and we take that into our adult lives, into other relationships. So then another form of rejection that affects our self-confidence is in a relationship with our partner, with our wife, or with our husband or girlfriend or boyfriend. We date for a while, we do all of this stuff, and then we get rejected in the relationship. And that affects our self-confidence as well. We begin to feel like we're not good enough. We begin to feel like we don't measure up. And then we begin to feel like we need to do some things to be accepted. But rejection is huge, and the rejection even on jobs. I remember starting out, I would apply for a job and it would be years. I mean, you keep putting in applications and getting these rejection notices, and it will begin to mess with your self-esteem, your self-confidence. But you have to understand that you are more than the sum of parts of where you are, where you've been, what you're trying to do, that you have it within you to do better, and that you can do better. So rejection is something that we have to stand against and maybe change the way that we view it. Because sometimes the things that we don't get, that job that we don't get, that relationship that don't go the way that we think it should go, a lot of times down the road, we realize, wow, I am so glad I didn't get that job. I am so glad he chose her and not me. And we can then begin to see that the rejection was really something for our good. But we begin to remember and focus in on the ways that we are feeling rejected, and then figure out how we can deal with that. Then our self-confidence is one step closer to being where it needs to be. So I just want to thank you for joining me today. Again, this is day 1 of 7. And again, the first thing that we're talking about that affects our self-confidence is rejection. And we are not going to let rejection stop us from being the people that we were created to be when God called our name forth. There is so much in you that I need in my life. There's so much in you that the people around you need in your life. And if somebody says no, don't let that affect the way that you see yourself. Don't reject yourself, because you are so worth it. You are so worth it. Again, That's my 1 point for today. I will see you sometime tomorrow with the second thing that affects our self-confidence. And if we get all these things lined up and if we get them in a row, we will be the most confident people that there are, because you have it in you and we have it in us. Thank you for joining me today. This is Donna Davis.